guys, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have the Forget Me Not collection from Bonita colors available only at Rite Aid. This is a really great, well-rounded collection, and it's really affordable too. It has a whole bunch of holo in it, as well as other things that are more indie brand, but available in a drugstore brand. So I'll go ahead and show you how they swatch. The first color I'm going to share with you today is Mans Brew. This is a very silvery light blue. It's filled with lots of scatter holographic glitter as well as some silver flakies, so lots of good things happening in here. I'll show you the brush shot. And here is one coat of Mans Brew on my natural nail. This starts off really sheer. Really good formula though. I'm not getting a whole lot of the flakies out, but lots of the glitter, so I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second coat. Okay, you can see that it dries down a little bit textured, so I will be using a top coat today for the swatches. So here is the second coat of Mans Brew. It's not completely opaque. And if you would like to, I would maybe use this as a topper over a similar light blue or a silver. But I'm going to let this dry and then come back in for a third coat. Okay, here is the third coat of Mans Brew. It has a really easy, smooth formula. And there's some flakies finally coming out. This third coat is going to bring it completely opaque. Here's a look at the finished mani. This is topped with KB Shimmers clearly on top, fast dry top coat. And here's another angle to hopefully maybe show off all the holo in it. Here's my swatch photo under artificial lighting. The next color is a dark sparkly forest green with a lot of teal or blue flash in it maybe. This is called Mo Money. So really great formula on this one. I'll show you how it looks in a brush shot. Here is one coat of Mo Money on my natural nail. This one has a really great, super opaque formula. I don't think it's a one coater though, maybe close. You could get away with it if you wanted to. I am going to let this dry and come back in for a second coat. Okay, I'm ready to go in for the second coat of Mo Money. This one really reminds me of the Zoya Green Matte Velvets when they're top coated. That's the sort of shimmer that this has. The teal flash doesn't translate too well onto the nail, but it does have lots of sparkle, and this one does dry pretty glossy. Here's a look at the finished mani. This is topped with KB Shimmers clearly on top, fast dry top coat. And here is a view from another angle. So you can maybe see a little bit of the teal flash, not a whole lot. Here is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. Next up is the blue of the collection. This is a fiery, flaky blue. It's called Forget Me Not. So really amazing self-leveling formula in this one as well. I'll show you a brush shot. So here is one coat of Forget Me Not on my natural nail. This one reminds me a lot of the Eve color from the Zoya matte line, so if you don't want to spring for that but would like something with that kind of fiery effect when it's top coated, this is a great option. I'm going to let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat of Forget Me Not. And this has one of the best self-leveling formulas I've seen in like a really long time. It did really great. Perfect two-coater, and this one looks really awesome matte as well. So here is a look at the finished mani. Top coated with KB Shimmers clearly on top, fast dry top coat. Here's a view from another angle so you can see how bright and flaky this blue really is. Here is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. Next up is the pink of the collection. This is a shimmery pink with a lot of scattered holographic glitter throughout. It's called Do the Flamingo. I really didn't think that I was going to like this polish, but it ended up surprising me, so I'll show you how it looks on the brush. Here is one coat of Do the Flamingo on my natural nail. The first coat is kind of sheer. So really great formula. A little bit on the thick side, but perfect for staying where you put it. So I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat of Do the Flamingo. You can see that these dry down just a little bit dull. So I think the second coat is going to bring it completely opaque. Here's a look at the finished mani topped with KB shimmers clearly on top, fast dry top coat. This is another one that looked really neat and matte. And here is a view from another angle. I don't think the scattered hollow comes out a whole lot. I didn't have any natural sunlight to play with though, so it may. Here is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. Next up is a gold scattered holographic micro glitter polish, aptly named Golden Girl. If you don't have one of these in your collection, this is a great option. So I'll show you how it looks on the brush. So here is one coat of Golden Girl on my natural nail. It starts out pretty sheer. You could sponge this on if you'd like, but I think it's dense enough that we can get it opaque on its own in just a few coats, so I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat of Golden Girl. I think it's going to take one more. You could probably get it on sponging in 2 coats, but I think one more is going to bring it completely opaque. This has a really good formula too. It's not too gritty like micro glitters can be sometimes, or gummy. So I'll let that dry and come in for a third coat. So here is the third coat. You can see it dries down just a little bit textured, so I will be using a top coat. And I think the third coat is going to bring it right on the edge of being completely opaque. You could always use this as a topper too if you'd like. Here's a look at the finished mani, topped once more with KB shimmers clearly on top, fast dry top coat. And here's a view from another angle. This one is so much shinier than it's showing on camera. It has lots of hollow flash in it. Here is my swatch photo in artificial lighting. Next I have the red of the collection, and this is what initially drew me into the collection. It's a red jelly with a lot of metallic red glitters in it. It's called Youre My Lobster. I don't know how they tie all these names in, but this is a really gorgeous polish. I'll show you how it looks on the brush. So really cool jelly-like formula, and I'll show you how it swatches. So here is one coat of Youre My Lobster on my natural nail. It goes on like a really pigmented jelly. So not completely opaque or anything like that. So I'll let it dry and come back in for a second coat. This one does dry down a little bit textured as well, so I'll be using a top coat. And here is the second coat of Youre My Lobster. I think 2 coats is really all you need to get away with it, but I think that a third coat is going to add a lot more depth to the glitters, so I am going to let this dry and then come back in for a third coat. Do a little bit of cleanup there. This one wanted to run a little bit. I think it was because my hands were oiled. So here is the third coat of Youre My Lobster. And this is exactly everything that I want it to be. It has lots of depth. The color is gorgeous cherry red. It's going to be great for the holidays. So super pretty. This one looks amazing matte as well. So if you'd like to see that, head over to my blog for photos. Really pretty. Here is a look at the finished mani, topped with KB shimmers. Clearly on top, fast dry top coat. And here is a view from another angle. So really gorgeous. This is probably my favorite. I love reds anyway. This one I love everything about. And here is my swatch photo in artificial lighting. So that rounds up my live swatch and review of the Forget Me Not collection from Bonita. All in all, I think this is an amazing collection, especially for the price point. I think they retail for under $2 a piece, plus any sales that Rite Aid has. So if you're interested in these, definitely run out and get them. If you'd like to see more photos, you can head over to my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com or find me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.